Welcome to the George FTTV YouTube channel. Today we'll go over how we went for round 20, and it was not a good one. 2,406, so just scraped over measly 2,400, and rank 1,002, so fell a fair bit. Fell 230 ranks, so do I finish 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000? Who cares? Been in this position around 1k, between 300 and 2.1k, I think it is, for 7 years straight, and it's same results every time. So I think we can pinpoint a few things we did wrong. We did learn a lot this year, and obviously every year is sort of new. We've been getting more trades, boosts have been coming in, like these bullshit buys from this stupid administration. So there's a lot of things changing every year, so you gotta like adapt on the go, not just pick up lessons from previous years, but also adapt. And yeah, this year I think we adapted okay. Probably not sure. I don't know. I think our starting team was fine. I think hit the panic button too early, and then our last few trades were we brought in Ryan, Houston, Errol was good. Ryan, Houston, Errol, and brought in Rosie. For Rao outscored Rosie, unbelievable. After Rosie put 60, 70 points a week on him for 5 weeks straight, Rosie was pathetic. He's prone to these games, and like he was on a bit of a hot patch, like 110 just about every week. This massive 160 score. So you get plays off the hot patch. They throw on a bad one, happens. So, but yeah, like Houston, Ryan, Rosie, Gordon, last four. Maybe Grundy as well, but we went for players that weren't like, they're just really highly owned. We had lots of alternatives, like down back. I couldn't really go Sinclair because of the buy, but would have been nice. But could have gone Jordan Clark, who's been fine. I'm guessing he's done like 100 to 105, which is alright. Yeah, 5 round 107. Like we could have. I liked Clark over Houston, and then Houston put. Oh my god. That's over 100 points, 110, 120 points difference. Should have gone Jordan Clark. I liked Clark a bit better, and then bit of recency bias kicks in. Like I like Houston now a little bit better, and at the time as well, his coach made those comments about playing for stats. But like, Clark was getting involved in the chip mark, but he was still doing all the intercepting and the rebounding. He's still doing the good stuff, whereas the stat padding's completely gone for Ryan. So I think that Freo debacle of the coaching instructions for chipping, I think that's just a little bit of bad luck. But it's hard to predict that after it was happening for 13, 14 weeks. But yeah, could have gone a little bit pottish instead of going with a pack. Everyone had Houston, it was like 70% owned. Gordon was pottish, and there were lots of great options. The Lions mids LDU at that time, but Gordon was good. A little bit of a pod for us, so he was good. Who was the other one? Rosie. Could have gone Andy Brayshaw every week. I like Andy. Oh, Rosie goes massive, goes in this hot patch, we go Rosie. Why? And this is what shits me off the most. This was his fixture. I don't know why we didn't look at this properly. I knew he had Richmond, which he didn't cash in on. He got injured in the fourth quarter. Carlton red matchup, Sydney red matchup, and you look at, I guess Melbourne's alright, and Adelaide's midfield's a mess at the moment. Freo over there probably pretty tough. It's probably 2 out of 5 easy, 3 out of 5 hard. But you look at Andy, this is clicking so wrong, or just look at Andy for example, where the CBAs were back up for a bit because they were a little bit down for a bit. Look what he's done since I went Rosie over him. Melbourne, no midfield. West Coast, 137. West Coast, pathetic. Essendon, pathetic. Geelong midfield, no good. Last two, not great. But 4 of the easiest matchups, like throw in the Crows, like these are like as easy as it gets right now for midfield matchups. And we picked someone who had Carlton, Sydney back to back. I don't know what we were thinking. Recency bias was killed us a little bit. So that's a good lesson for next year. not really. David King always says, don't get beaten by what you know. And we got beaten by what we know, which is annoying. You don't have to, if you're trying to climb, you don't go with the pack. And there's options everywhere, midfield and defense this year. So, and in fantasy, I've gone all poddish and it's worked. So, out of the buys in SuperCoach, I was about 1K, I think, maybe 1.3K. And in fantasy, it was about 1.2K. Now, SuperCoach, I basically stayed the same because I've gone with the pack. I went Ryan like everyone else. I went Houston like everyone else. I went Rosie, who was so cheap that I think he's like 45% owned, which is very high. So went with everyone else. But in fantasy, I went Andy. I went Nasiah when Sinclair moved up. I went Pete Ling, but I had to trade him out because it was sub, which was good. But yeah, he went well this week. But who else did I bring in? This is my fantasy team. Brought in Stewart as soon as the role change happened. Yeah, Nas. Brought in Dunkley. Like, obviously more trades here, but went Simpkin right when he was cheap, even after the late out. So I was not afraid. I didn't want to go with the pack. Like, I didn't want like Walsh. I didn't want which I traded Walsh and traded him back out. I didn't go Tom Green, who was highly owned, who's been good, but the whole idea was to like not go with the pack and pick players you really, really like, who you think can go better than these highly owned players. So I don't know why this fantasy rank is alright. It's 400, which is okay. Not going to get top 100, but maybe get a 300 rank here. But it's not going to be as good as SuperCoach because said it enough. Needed to go the other way, not with everyone else, and now I'm the same rank and we did VC Gorn. They played at the same time into Sarong. Gorn played, it was deliberate because Gorn played 40 minutes earlier. So I was going to see a quarter of Gorn, see how he looked, and he looked like shit. And I was like 5 minutes in, I was like, okay, I'm just going to put the C on Sarong. And, if he was on like 45, 50 at quarter time, probably would have taken it. But he wasn't, didn't look to be moving super well. So, yeah, DT score was like horrific, like in the 70s, I think. So just said, which goes Sarong. And yes, Sheezel, Dacos, and Sherry, like very easy captains this week. I guess Sheezel off the rolled ankle at training. Maybe like a slightly risky because you don't know what's going to happen. But how many times have we been scared off captains? But I was always doing Gorn into Dacos this week, and for some reason I shifted to Gorn into Strong. But whatever. Dacos, unreal. Whitfield been brilliant. Like, I think I've apologised many times to Whitfield now, but yeah, first half not great. Post buy like uber premium, unbelievable pod. So he's been brilliant. So like in the first half of the year, he was getting his 25 to 30 touches every week, but it was just hard for him to ton. But now it's starting to get into like the 35, 40s territory. So yeah, that's probably where the bump has come from. Martin 95. I don't remember. Did I watch Essendon? I can't even remember who they played. They choked against somebody. St Kilda. Ryan, this would have been so good to anti-pod, but yeah, like if JL just made those comments 2 weeks earlier, could have had Jordan Clark here. Oh my god. 670. Yeah, Ryan Houston been absolute shit. Like super in the first half of the year, and then absolute shit post buy, and that's when we got him. Midfield, this is horrific. Nothing over 111, just terrible. Not bad, I guess Rosie bad, but yeah. And again, like, what did Neil do? Neil got 3 votes. I didn't watch this game against Gold Coast, 117. That's lower than I thought. I feel like Dunkley went well. So I had him in fantasy and he had 128. Oh, 121. I thought they did better than that. I was expecting 140s from them, so still. Who went really well in midfield? Oh, Steele. Steele kicked 3. I got Steele in fantasy. And yeah, Steele, I wish I didn't trade him. I just panicked. That's not the right Steele. Just panicked when the knee issue came up. I didn't want him to. He was like 600k, so I thought I can sell high here. But yeah, love Jack Steele. Can enjoy owning him in the other format, but Yeah, mistake. Green. I don't think I even watched GWS. Did I watch much football this week? I feel like I did, but I missed a few. I was a few double up games. Yeah, I didn't watch much of this Saturday afternoon or Saturday night and then today. But yeah, Humphreys 82 played a bit of midfield time, which was good. So took his score for Dawson, and 82's a good cover score, but proper 23rd. You're getting ideally like a 110, like a swing player, like I don't know, Richards or Stewart. If you can swing like Martin in the mids or something. So lost 40, 50 points on captain, lost 30 points here. Lions boys put 50 on Rosie. There's like, what's that? 150, 130, 40 points. So, and their rucks were shit too. Gordon Grundy. Grundy's DT was good, and that happened against English last time. His like DT was like 130 SC, like 80s or something. But yeah, I think a lot of hitouts. Sharks was what I was told. Oh, geez, 93 5-round. Ouch. I hate to look at Sherry's. I'd be shocked if it's under 125. Yeah. 30 points a week, plus captains. Just a misplay. Went with the pack with Grundy. I think Grundy's coming off. When I got him, he had a few good matchups, and then since he's had a few rough ones. But I think Port and Collingwood should be okay. I guess Cox and Cameron are back, but Port you'd think would be okay. Like Sweet, not that difficult. Draper, Crows probably roll over that game. And Ruck suck, but forward line's great. Like I trust Flanders more than any other midfielder at the moment. Yeah, if I had to captain someone for your life to get a ton, it's Flanders. It's not any of these guys. A few of them unlucky because of tags and stuff, but yeah. Zorko good, Cordwell 92, we'll just take that. Bit of a down game for his standards, but it's fine. Heaney's dropped off a lot. Probably no Brownlow, or suspended anyway. And then this is kind of why this is why I got Philippou, so I didn't have to field 70s from Jackson playing key forward. So he had West Coast, so like could have cashed in a little bit, but didn't. Essendon are a bit of a mess. I think they'll take care of Essendon, no problem, you'd think. And hopefully Philippou comes back. When does he play? He plays last against... I can't loop this week. No, I can't loop. Do we play Philippou or Jackson? I don't know. We'll pick probably Philippou if he plays inside mid, you'd think. But off the injury, always kind of a worry. Maybe they manage his tog a bit. But against Brisbane too, I'll probably just go Philippou because his pod rolls better. So just go with Mateus. No trades, so pretty, I guess, a bit lucky. Went down to 0 last week, and got through 2 weeks. A few niggles like Dawson, Rosie, Cordwell didn't finish their games last week, and then Dawson out this week, but should be back to full strength this week. Captains and vice captains, apart from I think one error 140 we got maybe last week. It's been really bad. Like 3 of the last 4 under 115. Harry Sheasel against Richmond has to be there, and then maybe VC Bont into Sheasel. I think we'll do that. West Coast loop is early, but we've got other players. Oh, not really. We've got Zach Reed. Could use Zach Reed as a loop, but I think we'll just do Bont into Sheasel without thinking too hard. Probably avoid Butters in case of they send Jordan or Parker or Adams or something to Butters. I think you almost have to tag Butters, so no one in Collingwood. Nick against Carlton, you feel like he'll step up, but I was watching him today, he just had free reign to do whatever he wants. I think we'll leave it at that. Pretty deflating week, but I'm trying to think anything else we can talk about. Can't get into the Olympics at all. I don't know, sports so far a bit bored, but if you can recommend any sports that are good to watch, like swimming and like 100-meter sprint and stuff. Like, it's exciting, but it's like very brief, and I don't know. Like, it's hype and stuff, but I just find it a little bit boring to watch. So I don't know if there's any decent sports. Like, I was looking it up. Maybe skateboarding sounds alright. Like, watched a bit of kayaking last night. Like, lasted 5 minutes watching that. Got bored. Bit of surfing this morning. Bored. I don't know. I'm not big on the Olympics. Like the Soccer World Cup, but not much emotional investment. Because, like, it's not like you follow a team. You're just watching an event and a sport you don't know anything about, really. So maybe, like, fencing, I think, might be fun to watch. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's it. Team's shit. Midfield's shit. Defense is fine. I think it's just Whitfield. Then the other three, like Houston, Ryan, Martin, been pretty. Wanted more from them post-buy, especially Ryan. What a shit pick. And then I think forward line's brilliant. Like, obviously, no Curnow this week. Curnow had a big game. I plays Collingwood this week. Please don't play Darcy Moore on him. Oh my god. Who have Collingwood got? Oh, he's going to kill him. But yeah. Setting up loops and stuff. I don't know. I think there's no looping we can do this week. Maybe next week we can. Yeah, Richmond and West Coast play early. That's odd. They played late next week. That's fine. So we'll look at that next week. But yeah, hopefully we stay fit and hopefully top 1K. But like, yeah, this week was bad, and the Lions mids are just not owning them and stuff is hard. So, and not moving off Gordon is pretty bad. If he's gonna labour the rest of the year, we're in deep shit. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.